the codes of light you carry inside. Anchor a new way of life. Heart-centered being, awareness and seeing. You are out on the leading.
Hey guys, so just a quick announcement. I recently started a Patreon, so if you would like to support the creation of my videos on my YouTube channel, the link to that is down in the description down below. I have a bunch of really cool rewards. The best of which is that if you pledge a certain amount, I will shout out one of your social media accounts or your business, or a social media account or business of something you'd like to support. So feel free to check that out in the description down below. I'm really excited to be stepping into a new level for my YouTube and abundance and all of that stuff. So thank you so much if you pledge. If not, it's all good. Just putting it out there. Many blessings, you guys. Mwah. Hey Star Children, and welcome to my tarot unboxing. Today we are going to be unboxing the Aquarian Tarot by David Palladini. By David Palladini. It looks like this. So I've had my eye on this deck for some time now. Since I was in Australia, I bought a deck for my friend Eliza as sort of to like get her going on her deck journey, but then she got another tarot deck for herself as well at the shop, and it was this deck, and it's weird, I've been drawn to it. Hi. This is Bartholomew. Hi mister. I was drawn to it, but it was weird. It's like I wanted it, but I didn't. I actually almost did get it that day as well. Ooh, boy, glass. But every time I see it, I keep wanting it, but then I'm like no, but then I like want it. So I finally decided to pick this up today. I got it for $22.95 at my herbalist shop, and it's just a really unique deck, and I really wanted to explore it, and I decided to get it as a bit of a self-love gift. Yesterday I did the float tanks. I've been doing that recently, the sensory deprivation tanks, and that's been a really interesting experience. And so John Michael came to pick me up, and I decided to buy this deck. Anyway, so we're going to do a bit of an unboxing today. I'm really just enjoying the morning today. I'm not sure when this is going to go up, but today is actually Thanksgiving. John Michael's with his mom doing a walk this morning that they signed up for. And so I thought I would do this unboxing. I picked this up yesterday, and I just really wanted to enjoy this morning, feel productive, and do this. I also want to say, I know this is probably not going up for Thanksgiving, but I really also want to put out a loving vibe and understanding and honor our First Nations people today. I feel it is something that is ridiculously undertaught, and it's not even taught, and I really want to put out my sympathy for the people of our nation. Today is the day of mourning for their ancestors, because Thanksgiving was actually basically somewhat of a massacre. I'm not 100% sure of the whole story. I do want to learn more about it. I'm so glad that these people are putting out videos now expressing these things, and I just really wanted to send love and light to them, because I know today is a really hard day for them, and just sending you many blessings. I was also talking to Sarah, my herbalist, and John Michael about what we can do to really change this narrative of not, you know, people not knowing what happened to the Native Americans when our people first came here. Well, I don't know about my people specifically. I think my ancestors came from Europe later on. But either way, there has been a deep wound, and the wound keeps growing because we refuse to teach real history. We refuse to honor their suffering, and I really want to be a part of changing that. So we were talking to Sarah about this idea of maybe changing the narrative, and on Thanksgiving, not only celebrating it with your families for, you know, being thankful, but also directing our attention towards our nation's first people. And especially in our area, I think most people are very unaware of the people around them, especially Native Americans. So, you know, really reaching out to those people. I mean, obviously do this whenever you can, because, you know, they feel very separate from what I've heard. They feel very separate. They feel very unheard. They feel very much well, we took their land. That is the case. But I would love to change the narrative of Thanksgiving as being, we have abundance, so we are going to give to you, to those people, and to really connect with, you know, those people in your area, and maybe starting programs that, you know, on this day we donate money to them or whatever they need, you know. For instance, last year I donated to Standing Rock because I felt like that was a really important cause. And so, you know, find, you know, a cause or a group of people that maybe need your money, and just, or even just like go and connect with them and see what they need, because a lot of them are struggling. A lot of them are feeling like they are just like left in the cold. And so let's create a narrative change and teach what happened in history, and, you know, support them and see what they actually need, and, you know, have this day be a day of Thanksgiving, but also giving to those people, because it really should be about them. So anyway, I just wanted to have that little side thing. Like I said, I don't think this is going up on Thanksgiving, but I really wanted to put that out there because that's really what's been on my heart. And me and John Michael really have the desire to connect to our nation's first people and to create healing and connection, and maybe bring some awareness to the situation, because it is dire and really sad. So I really have had a desire to work with the indigenous people of Australia, but I've decided that since we're staying here, I want to create healing for the people of my country first. I think we often go other places and do that, but we don't go to the people in our own home and create that healing, and I think that's really important. So we really have a desire to do that, so stay tuned for that. I think we're going to be making some more videos about that, even just bringing awareness to these things, because, you know, sometimes it just takes that one video that someone makes and people go, oh my gosh, this is happening, and they create oneness and help and connection, and so that's really important. So we want to use our voice to be able to help with that. So many blessings to our nation's first people. I honor this day of your mourning, and sending many blessings to you all. Alright, so off to the tarot unboxing. Also, don't forget, if you like this video, please hit the like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Also, if you'd like to check out my other social media, the links to that are in the description down below, along with my GoFundMe to help support my channel and my projects. Alright, so let's off to the video. Alright, so today we are going to be opening the Aquarian Tarot. I hope you guys can see this. The box is a little beat up, but I think that's just because it's been in the shop for a while. So we have here, I'm not even gonna lie guys, first off, I am not a fan of the fact that tarot decks are wrapped in plastic. Now I understand it's to keep them nice or whatever, but we do not need more disposable plastic. Let's come up with a different way. You know, I love it when there's maybe just a little band. I mean, that's still annoying, but that's still less. Or like, let's start like putting ribbon around them or something. Like, tarot decks are beautiful magical tools. Let's treat them as such. So I would love to see just like a band of cloth around it or whatever, but that would be awesome. So anyway, moving on. Let's see. Now this is being published by US Game System, so we'll see how good the cardstock quality is. Alright, so it comes with a little white book. The Aquarian Tarot looks like this. Yeah, and it looks like they're just like the basics. Oh my god, this isn't even a book. This is like a thing like that. So it's really, really basic. You can see just like the little description of each card and a diagram. So your basic, very basic, like little white book. So let's see if I can actually get this to fold up properly. Alright, so there's that. And then we have the illustrated thing. So the art is done by David Palladini. So this must be a very basic, just like tarot understanding, but he's the one who actually did the art. So you get this card here. This is what the back looks like. I'm not a huge fan of the bright blue, but it is what it is. Alright, so there's that, and then there's a little card about David Palladini. So it's good there. Alright, so here we go. Alright, we have the Fool. Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, the font for each card is a bit different, which I really like. So this is the Fool. Magician. The High Priestess. The Empress. I really like that one. The Emperor. The Hierophant. I really do love the Lovers card. I like how, like, I don't know, it looks kind of like medieval, but also like modern art. It's kind of like an interesting combination of things. The Chariot. It's more that, like, I don't know, like, I'm like weirdly drawn to this deck. I'm just very curious of its voice. Like, it feels like old to me, like an old deck, like from the 1500s or something. It's very unique. Do a Fortune. I like the Justice card. That's cool. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, I don't know if I like this deck. It's very different. It's very different from other decks that I own. I do really like the color scheme, though. Temperance. Temperance is the card, or the picture on the front of the box. The Devil. I like the Devil. That's different. The Tower. Oh, I really like the Star. And the Moon. I do remember when we got these decks, me and Eliza got these decks, she really wanted to look at it. She was very, very excited. And so she actually got like the little pocket version. It was super cute. And so we literally went into the food court at the huge mall where like the tarot bookstore place was. And she laid them all out like in like groups to look at the cards, and it was just this really cool thing. I don't usually do that. I usually go through one at a time, and she laid them out in rows, and it was just like it's a really beautiful memory. Alright, so we're now getting into the Minor Arcana. Let's see the World. I know I thought, oh, there it is, the World. Okay, beautiful. Getting distracted by talking. Alright, so we've got the Swords. So the Swords come first, and they're actually backwards. So they just did quartz, and now here's the 10. Pretty traditional Rider-Waite setup. So I would say this is a good deck if you are just starting off and you don't want to specifically get the Rider-Waite, you know, the traditional Rider-Waite. This is pretty traditional. Okay, so let's see. Three of Swords. Oh, I like the Two of Swords. The Swords is probably my least favorite suit, not just because of what it means. Like, oftentimes I just don't connect with the art as much for the Swords. King of Wands. Those are pretty. Queen. Six of Rods. So yeah, so this is very, very reminiscent of the traditional Rider-Waite. Oh, I like the Two of Rods, that's cool. one I really like the aces in this deck. So, speaking of tarot, this is the cups. I'm super, super stoked. Kind of interesting. Jolly Man. I'm super excited. So for Christmas, my best friend Marielle asked me what I wanted, and I told her that I didn't really have the money for the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot being done by Avalon from Avalon Spiritual Odyssey on YouTube, and I want that deck so bad. I've been a part of the videos to help create some of the cards. I'm just absolutely in love with this deck. It's probably one of the most beautiful decks I've ever seen. So she actually ordered that deck for me. It's not going to come out till next year, but I'm really excited. So that's kind of like my Christmas present from her and birthday present. And then it looks like my mom, I'm not 100% sure if she ordered it, but I did ask, and I'm pretty sure she's going to because she said she would. I'm getting the Star Child Tarot. Star Child? Yeah, I think it's the Star Child. For some reason that's like just going out of my head. But hopefully I'll be getting that for Christmas. I'm so, so excited. It's one of my favorite decks, and I'm just ridiculously excited to get it. So I'm really excited to be delving into these other decks. There's the Eight of Cups. As a collector, it's just so exciting to get new decks. You know, some people collect stamps, some people collect, you know, books. I collect decks. I love the art. I love using them as spiritual tools. Because that's the thing, like, I don't just feel like I'm just, oh, I really like the Three of Cups. It's pretty. I like that it's something that I can use. I use it for my spiritual practice. They each have a different voice. Cups, that's interesting. I like that. It's subtle. I usually like the Two of Cups to be more romantic or, you know, connected, but that's pretty. I love being able to use them and then being able to look at the art and appreciate them and stuff. Alright, so we've got the Pentacles, this is King of Pentacles, the Queen, so I do see like the court cards are much more close up. I think that's really interesting. You don't see so much of the energy or the action of each card, so that's kind of interesting. Oh, that's a lovely one. I really like that. Oh, that one's pretty. Eight. But I always really find I connect to the 8. 6 Pentacles. That's interesting. They have like the church window, but it's in the sky. It's kind of an abstract way of doing that. 4. Here's the Ace. So all in all, it's interesting. The art for this, like, it intrigues me, but I would say it's probably not my favorite deck. But I'm very interested in working with it because I've been so drawn to it. I find some of the decks that I'm not so drawn to artistically tend to be my favorite reading decks, so that's kind of interesting. Also kind of unfortunate sometimes because it's some of the most beautiful decks I'm not as drawn to use consistently. I'll use them, but when it comes to like my main reading decks, I tend to use other ones. I do really like the art for it, but it has that same feeling like the Bonefire Tarot, the Enchanted Tarot. It's another one I read a lot. You know, those are just some of the decks that I like would consistently bring to the shop and consistently read with. So anyway, so that is the Aquarian Tarot by David Palladini. So if you like that, definitely go check it out. It looks like a vintage deck, but I don't think it is. I can have a look-see though. 1970. Okay, so this imprinted in Italy. Okay, so it is older. The most recent publication was in 1993. So it is a bit of a vintage deck. So that is pretty on point. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to using this and we'll see how that goes. And obviously, if I use it a lot, it'll be in my favorites, and or my updated tarot collection, which I haven't even finished putting up my original tarot collection video. So behind on videos. So anyway, hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy Thanksgiving, even though it's not going to be Thanksgiving when I put this up. And just take a moment to send light and love out to the people of this planet. We are so blessed to be able to experience this life, even if it's difficult, even if it's uncomfortable. We are still so blessed that we can be here and have the opportunity to enact change, and to live and experience and love and grow. So anyway, I'm grateful for the abundance I have in my life. It's simple, it's lovely, and for all the beings around me in my house, and my loving boyfriend, and the people in my life, and that I'm able to be vegan, that this is a beautiful time to be vegan, that there's so many options. I'm thankful for that. I'm just grateful. My life is... There is a cat being crazy over there. I'm just grateful for all the things in my life. I'm really quite blessed. So keep on keeping on. Happy holidays, guys. Bye.